you for allowing us to get this knowledge without having to do the research. All right, Carmen?
Okay.
You know what I mean? So the question I want to know is, like, in a relationship, a domestic relationship, you know, both significant others that live in the same home, how do you use your holistic ways to, like, improve the relationship? Like, what can I do to improve? What some things that you would do, you know, from your practices that you learned that I could, like, do to make my relationship better?
I would just start from the inside out. That's how I kind of will start with that. Meaning, you would start with yourself, figure out your mind, body, and soul, make sure they're aligned, and then it'll radiate from, you know, within outward. And then anything that is outward, you then hit those things if they have to be tackled.
Okay, so when
individually.
When you say mind, body, and soul, you mean first take care of your mind, clean up your mind, what's going in it, you know, put knowledge in it and the right things. Don't put tainted and turmoil into your mind. And then when you say body, that's the same thing like nutrition?
Nutrition, health, wealth, body image, it comes with everything, because I believe in, you know, self-esteem and image and things like that, because we look in the mirror and we truly believe what we see in the mirror.
Absolutely.
So I think that also is incorporated with that body
that makes
part.
Sense.
So things like that, like body and your, like how you want to dress, like that includes with that, like visually also is with your body. That's
so basically give yourself the whole picture, mind, body.
Exactly,
like
the picture.
The whole picture. Don't leave nothing out.
You know what? We'll do it that way. It's like a picture. How does your brain look on a MRI? How does your body look? You know what I'm saying? Like in a picture, how does your spirit look if somebody were to describe your spirit? You know.
So make your picture to your liking.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Make sure it's beautiful. That's fire. I mean, see, if somebody would have said it like that to me, then I wouldn't be. You know, I'm not twisting my nose up at holism. I'm skeptical. You know,
what is the skeptic? Like, what part? Because a lot of people are skeptical, and they kind of turn their nose up and say, "Oh, I don't need that. I have the Lord," or "I don't need that. I have." I mean, whatever they have.
I'm skeptical because
really about health.
Exactly. I mean, as I'm getting more knowledge from you and in the pathways of other people that you know that teach the same thing, it's kind of like I'm just. Y'all be
how does it come off? I need to know how does it come off, because I get like, oh my gosh,
it's kind of like y'all, like, I don't know, witches.
Oh my goodness. And what is so wrong with that, if that is the case?
I mean,
because it's not. Because as anybody now knows, it's recent knowledge, there's good witches and bad witches, right?
Yeah,
they're messing with dark magic and light magic, white magic. Yeah. So if they're a witch, what type of witch are they? What type of knowledge are they trying to help you with?
Every witch story I ever heard, even the good spells turn out to be bad at the end. All it come with a price. And I'm not really trying to pay the ultimate price at the end. I really want that alignment. I want that energy go. I want that, like, I mean, not to be funny, but I want that Gandhi peace. Like, I want that peace beyond peace, where it's like, I'm just so intent. I mean, not intent. I'm just content. I'm content. I'm good with life. I don't know. I'm just
in ultimate bliss, and that's really what I like to focus on with.
But I want that in my relationship. So it's like, how do you get that in a relationship? Especially like when you two people waking up on every day. You wake up on two different sides of the bed.
And this is how I foresee that. That's a good example. Perfect, and it's so simple. It's a great example, and I want you to do like a come home from work kind of thing, or at the end of the day thing too. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do that part, but you wake up. You guys are both on one person's having a great morning, had no bad dreams. The other person is just not feeling well. Usually the female, because usually it's hormones. Okay. So now he would have to hope that she wants to talk to him, hope that she wants to express this, not feeling too like embarrassed or ashamed to not feel like, oh my gosh, why am I having these problems again? Or why do I even feel like this? Maybe even emotionally mature enough to understand that they're going through hormonal changes, or even other things are going on. They can just feel like, oh, I just feel like being mean today. Who knows? The fact that they are both waking up in two different places starts the day off bad. So what usually has to happen is the bigger person has to happen. The positive energy usually has to come into place. That's where that person has to be the most responsible. That's why children shouldn't be in relationships, because they're not behaviorally, emotionally ready to control that.
Yeah, to bear that responsibility.
No. So for the example, like I said, you'll wake up, the guy, for example, would be the one that would have to, with the positive energy, come in and swarm and be the saver. Like, no, we're going to do this. Whatever he knows. Because by then, he should know, y'all sleeping in bed together. He should know her tics, her things she loves, things that make her smile, things that piss her off. So by then, he should know, try all the little things to make her day not keep going so horribly.
Okay,
even if it's just a conversation.
But okay, absolutely. So you come with positivity, even if it's a conversation. You try to do everything you can in your ability to make her day go the opposite way, right?
Correct.
That's okay. I definitely understand that, and I'm sure many men like myself have tried that very. Hold on. No, we have tried that very same route, and what I would say is, with that route, right, of going that way, we're talking energy here, though.
Correct.
So this is positive energy meeting negative energy. And I know you said the one person has to be the bigger person and come with that positive energy. But in my school, they taught me anything times the negative is a negative.
Correct.
So it's like I'm putting this positive energy towards this negative. It never works. It's kind of like,
why it can't end until it works. That's the problem with positive, like dealing with negative energy. It's like you have to keep shining, right? You have a little flashlight. You only can get one little space until you get a bigger and bigger and bigger and brighter light to really illuminate that whole space. You're never gonna fully get that darkness away.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to continue to push that positive energy, because they are drowning in that negative energy, and they are being pulled under, and usually they're not gonna try to get out of it. It feels safe at the same time being drowned. It's weird.
I definitely, okay, I see. So you just saying you just gotta drown them with the opposite of what they drown in.
Correct.
So if somebody's pulling you down with a certain amount of energy, you need them to pull you up with that same energy, if not more, to get you to either be level and not go under, or be out the water.
Exactly. But now, if this is the type of person
that is, how do you do that without getting that energy, though? How do you do it without her or his energy rubbing off on the opposite?
Emotional maturity comes in. That's where that inwardness comes in. You have to make sure that you know who you are. Be secure in who you are. When you're getting that attitude or that bounce back, or like, oh my God, just get away from me, or I just want to be left alone, that hurts. But you don't want to take that in. Like, nah, they don't really mean they don't want to be around me. They just don't want to be around really anybody. They don't even be around themselves. Yeah. You know, so it's really projective. Right, yeah, it's really not. You have to just learn how to have that brush off. Like,
and then and that's where the maturity will come in.
Yeah, like they don't mean that.
How to have it and when to use it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that comes with it, dealing with a person's emotions, a person every day.
So I would guess at that point, the person that's coming with that positive energy would have to be vibrating high. They would have to have their lines in order.
And that's when I believe the problems start to come, because when two people that are at that are vibrating low, they're just going to be bouncing off negative energy all day long. And then maybe, depending on who they are, spurts of
that's
positive.
That's messed up, because why them two negatives don't turn to positive?
That's why I said unless those are those times where I was just saying, unless it's where they're having those bursts of energy, like that's when usually good sex, or they mend well with business, or whatever that makes them have that extra boost, that's what gets them through. But then they bounce off that negative energy low, because they're vibrating low that whole time, and then they get another boost of like positivity. It's just like you eating a salad. Yeah, it's good for you, but then you got some dressing on it. Yeah, it's not good for you. So it's like it's contradicting it, but there's some negative and positive that's balancing it out.
Exactly. So they got to be one or the other for you to be able to get out of the funk.
Exactly.
It can't just be.
But that's what I was just about to go into.
Unless y'all both positive.
Exactly.
But it's two people being positive. Is that?
Sometimes that's a little annoying, but just because humans aren't, we get bored. We can't deal. We're not robots. We can't deal with the same thing. So then,
how is holism the way then?
Okay, holism is the way because
if we all trying to get in line and be truly happy and in this bliss,
who your true self is, and be at your best.
Okay, but this is a relationship though, so it ain't no your true self.
Individually, exactly. But if you're individually that way, you can truly receive and give that love. If you're not in a good place, you're not going to fix nobody early in the morning.
You just said two positives. You said two positives could be annoying. So how when you're dealing with holism?
But that's when your mind has to be mature. It shouldn't be, because you should never be bored. You should never be not excited to see each other or talk to each other or run up to tell the other or cry to one another. Those are the connections that you should always try to have. Each person should be trying to push for those same connections when it comes to the relationship. Because you're living in, you said domestically, so you're sharing space, like personal space, and people have different upbringings and ways. Unless you were literally brought up in the same house with the same parents, and even that, sometimes your kids are totally different. So you are two different individuals. You have two different needs, and you have to meet each other.